You time check, it is 7:30. This fine Thursday morning, we are slowly winding down this week, and then we're in the last legs of the month of October. Whew. You're tuned into WFM 91.7, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. My name is Fumi Bangbala. This is the Full Breakfast Show, but we are now currently in the newspaper review segment of the Full Breakfast Show. How are you this morning? Hope you're good. This week has been sort of hectic Nigeria wise, but we're hoping that we'll see a bit of good news as the week is winding down, or even as the month is winding down. We have our analyst with us this morning. Good morning, Simba. It's always a delight to see you.
Good morning, Fumi. It's a delight to see you too. What happened to Rose?
She'll be joining us shortly. Maybe network
Okay.
issues, but she'll be joining us shortly. Yes.
All right then.
All
Good
right.
morning, Nigeria.
I always look forward to you coming somewhere, but the way you just said good morning, Nigeria, is Nigeria annoying you?
Not at all. It's just like saying, we did here again.
Yes, so we did here again. We did here again. No, we are here tackling Nigeria's issues once again. Hopefully, the right ears are hearing it, and
Hopefully.
yes, and we can see some movement, some progress in the nearest future, sooner than later. Sooner than later. All right, let's get to the headlines this morning. We're starting off with the Punch newspaper. NEMA confirms 39 dead, 60 injured in Niger tanker explosion. That's so sad. May their souls rest in peace. Bad road network fueling robbery, kidnapping, says the NURTW. I actually agree with this one because we need to improve on our road networks in Nigeria. We really, really need to improve on them. Next up, we have the Guardian newspaper. Exodus of 127 nurses threatens Nigeria's healthcare. Expert warns. This one, we are going to be talking about it today. Hopefully we get to that point. Federal government releases 32.9 billion naira to primary healthcare centers, asks communities to track spending. I like the sound of this. I'm hoping that, we see some of your face.
I'm liking your narrative, the sound of this, Okay, Fumi, just go ahead.
Okay. But we have Rose. Good morning.
Good morning, Rose.
Good morning, Fumi. So it's nice to see you again. It's another Thursday. Good morning.
Good morning. Same here.
All right. We're moving to the This Day newspaper. Rose, you want to go ahead? Should I do that?
Yes, on this day, Dangote reveals plans to more than double 650,000 barrel per day oil refinery to 1.4 million barrel per day. Okay, that's a good one. Hopefully we get to reap from all of this. And then another one of these days says federal government will invest $220 million to create job opportunities for young Nigerians. Thank you.
The sound of that one too is good.
Thank you.
I don't even know if someone's being sarcastic or she's like, look, I've heard this before. After all this, after my decade as a Nigerian.
That's why I'm being saying okay, because it's not news.
Well, for me, why do you want to spoil my PR?
No. I feel like today you said to yourself, I'm going to come and be positive today. So I'm just like, okay, so more, okay. All right. In the Daily Trust, we have Northern PDP governors, others endorse Turaki for national chairman. We also have in the Daily Trust, Akpabio, our elections have improved since PDP left. You see, when I saw this one, I didn't just raise an eyebrow, I raised two of them. And I was like, I think one thing that we have with our Nigerian politicians is there's such a huge communication gap where it seems like, are you talking about the same thing that we're talking about? Are you talking the same government? Are you talking about the same economy? I think it was last week, Rose, we were talking about how some politicians don't even know the price of milk. Let's use milk for example. A sachet of milk, do they know how much a sachet of milk is? Do they even know how much a pint of rice is? Do they know how much we're even buying fuel? Okay, that one might even be arguable that they know how much a liter of fuel is. But the things that are really, really hitting Nigerians, I'm not sure. Actually, I can make bold to say that I don't know. Instead of saying I'm not sure. How much more, you not make bold statements like this. I think that's something that Nigerian politicians say so much. They make bold statements and it leaves you wondering what, like, are we in the same place or are we moving at parallel lines? But yeah, let's move on to the please go ahead, Simba. Sorry.
I was going to say that's actually a very interesting one, because to the best of my knowledge, Akpabio himself was in the PDP.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so
he was.
if he says that elections are better than when the PDP was in power, he's talking about himself and his ilk. And we know that the bulk of those who are in APC today are the migrants from APC. Now, if that is the case, they must have brought along with them from the PDP to the APC their craft.
Oh yeah.
So and again, if that is the case, then what are you talking about? That elections are better done? For me, let's go.
Yes, newspaper, Rose.
All right, let's head on to the Vanguard. Insecurity, defend yourselves. Governor Bago charges Niger residents. So anytime I hear this, it feels like the state government, the federal government is helpless. So Nigerians, or people of that state, go and help yourselves. Go and carry all the arms that you have and go ahead and do what you need to do for yourself to save yourself and your family. And it's sad, when we get to hear this. It's very sad, knowing fully well that you get to hear that bandits and the community members or community leaders, or probably from the local government people, or even from the state government, are having a meeting, are having a dialogue, and then we still go back to this. And you as a governor, and this is not the first governor that is doing this, will come out and say, go and defend yourself. Oh, me, I'm helpless, so I don't know what to do again. Nobody wants to answer me. It's just sad. And
it's a very horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it says to us is that we don't have a government in place.
Mm-hmm.
All right? If you tell me to go defend myself, you are telling me that I'm on my own. You are telling me that I should take my life into my hands. And nobody would have thought that Nigeria would get to that height. On this platform some time ago, I talked about how the average Nigerian is a local government on its own. You supply your water, you supply your power, you do your roads and all of that. But nobody would have expected that we would take it to that height where you tell me to defend myself against terrorists. Now, the issue is this. I think I will continue to say this over and over again whenever I have the platform or the opportunity, because I've been saying this for maybe almost 10 years now. Nigeria is at war. And that's what Bago also reiterated. Nigeria is at war. It's obvious for any stupid person to see. Now, why we are not responding?
Because we're going to tackle this. I don't want you to say all your thoughts. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So let's head on to the next one on Vanguard. It's what terrorist threats. Ondo Kogi government reassure citizens of safety. Now, this ISWAP, we used to hear it down there before. It will always sound like something that is far away from us. We that are in the southwest here. Now Ondo with the talk.
You don't move. You don't
talk here. Yeah. So don't think that you are safe in your Lekki where you are because it's happening in the north. Okay.
It's been here for a while.
Yeah.
I tell you, Premium Times, Ondo government react to memo on terrorist threats to attack states. Nigerian government releases 32.9 billion naira to PHCs and urges Nigerians to monitor funds.
In the Nation newspaper, we have Akpabio. Nigeria's elections have improved tremendously since PDP left power. Panu, also in the Nation newspaper, says, why I want governors, ministers, military chiefs as witnesses.
All right, on the cable, PDP Northern leaders endorse ex-minister Kabiru Turaki as consensus candidate for national chair. And then Akpabio, Nigeria's elections have improved tremendously since PDP left power.
Daily Post, we have, I will not pay ransom to bandits. Governor Bago urges Niger residents to defend themselves. We also have Senator Jarigbe of Cross River dumps PDP for APC. I actually just think, yeah, but even more so, I think that they probably are sensing something is coming and they're moving. I want to venture to get a question to say, is it possible that we're moving to a one-party state and they can sense it and they're moving? I don't know. Like Nigeria's politics is, if you understand it, please tell me, because I don't think anybody understands Nigeria's politics up till now.
Are we moving to a one-party state or we are in a one-party state?
Ooh, okay.
Next headline.
All right, on the pen pushing, Cross River State government shot 69 fake schools. 69 fake schools.
Yes.
That's a lot. Ogun State journalists demand probe of police area commander detaining secretary over call girl misconduct. That's coming from pen pushing.
Lastly, in the daily headlines this morning, we have the Tribune newspaper. Reps launch probe into non-remittance of $850 billion crude oil proceeds. Okay. ASU suspends 2-week warning strike, rejects 35% salary increase offer. Those are the headlines this morning on the national dailies. We are about to slide straight into tackling Nigeria's issues. And of course, we would love your input as our newspaper family, as our dear parliamentarians. The numbers to call 07000-917-917, 09155-917-917. You can text or call, WhatsApp us on 0703 1756537 or 08155-917-917. The time currently is 17 minutes to 8. So we are just going to get into the thick of things. And Sumbo already, had a jump start on this. Some of the headlines today talks about Governor Bago saying that, look, defend yourself. That's your problem. And it's just very, very interesting to see that a governor is telling, the residents of his state. The reason why you've been put in that position is that you have said, this is what I can do as the governor if you vote me in. Now I voted you in. Push has now come to shove. You say, no, you don't want to push. You don't want to shove. You want to just be by yourself. And for me, it's just a case of, like Sumba rightly said it, and even you yourself, they're so far away from the plight of Nigerians that it's almost like we have the politicians and then we have the citizens. From education to medicine to all infrastructure, Nigerians are living one, like we're all scrambling to fight for one particular thing, and they don't even have an idea of what we're even struggling for. Sumbo, yes, please, over to you.
Before Sumbo comes, sorry, Sumbo,
okay.
there's a part of this report that just, it just got my attention. It says that the governor said that the state has reached a point where people must stand up and defend themselves. He said, I will not negotiate with bandits. I will not pay ransom. The moment we start paying, they will open shop on our heads and keep kidnapping people. He insisted that the Constitution has given citizens the right to protect their lives and property, stating that he would take all necessary steps to fulfill his duty. And in my head, I'm like, but when you come to collect taxes, or when you're collecting, when you're telling the people to pay, do you tell them that, okay, you people, because you're defending yourself, because you are giving yourself water, because you are giving yourself good road, because you are farming and you're getting your foodstuff by yourself, in fact, why are you even paying? Don't even pay taxes to me. Would he even say that? Don't pay taxes to me. Don't do this. Don't worry. People should just go ahead and provide what you need to provide for yourself. Will he do that? There was one time that this same governor came out to say that he was speaking in Hausa and addressing a congregation, and he was saying that that Niger State is his own. Now, if he likes, he can go and sell. I think they were talking about the borrowings he was doing in Niger State, and he was saying that Niger State is his own. He can go ahead and sell Niger State. Will anybody come and question him? I'm like, Oga, calm down. Niger State is not for you. It's for the people. And they voted you there. They put you there because they know that, or because you told them you can deliver. And now you've gotten to this point, you're telling them that they should go and carry arms and defend themselves. After all, it's their constitutional right to defend themselves. Oga, what is your own work? If I'm defending myself, what is your own work? Because at the end of the day, you come and collect taxes. At the end of the day, you tell me to do X, Y, Z before you do this. And then when you do it, you expect me to come and clap for you and praise you that, yes, you have done the work that you said you were going to do in the first place. Okay. So,
okay, Rose, you have brought in another thread to it. And when I speak about the issue of terrorism, banditry, and all of these security issues in Nigeria, I think one sentence to cap it is to say it's complicated, as they say. But we'll come to that complication. We'll come to the governor himself. But let's start from, taking it broadly before we bring it to the state itself. So I was saying that Nigeria is at war, and that's obvious for anyone to see, even the blind. Now, the critical question to ask is, why is Nigeria not responding accordingly? That's very critical. Because look, you can institute a war, you can start a war like Russia, but you can be sitting down in your space and war comes to you. Either way, you must respond to it. Go and ask Ukraine and Zelensky. Would it have been possible for Zelensky to say, oh, I don't want to fight, yet war has been brought to his doorstep? So what puzzles the average Nigerian who is thinking, well, is why is Nigeria not taking the situation as it is, as a war situation, and responding to it accordingly? That is why a lot of Nigerians are saying, and they believe that this is a state-sponsored situation. Mm-hmm. And we cannot say no, because there are bits and pieces of evidences here and there to point to that fact. Okay, we were given the names of financiers of terrorism, by I think the UAE or so. What has Nigeria done with them? What? So when you have that disposition towards this situation at the national level, it's a little bit difficult to put the blame on the states. Because let's not lie, the defense, of Nigeria from external, aggression and internal aggression is vested in the federal government of Nigeria broadly. External aggression, is responded to by the army. Who controls the army? The state does not. The internal, repellence of aggression, you understand, is vested in the police. Does the state control the police? No. So when you see somebody coming from the state, the chief executive of a state, and say, look, like you have said, I'm helpless. I don't have the wherewithal to deal with this situation. The only thing I can do is to say, look, like you said, push has come to shove. Defend yourself. Yorubas will say, "Kolori dori emu," let everybody, hold his head. And, the man has said what he has said with, he said all the right things. Number one, I'm not negotiating with bandits. Okay, I'm going to put that in perspective. I'm not negotiating with bandits. No right country or state or person, will do that. will negotiate with bandits, because look, they will keep coming back. It's like blackmail. It never ends. And that is, I think that is one of the things that has brought us to where we are, because at the beginning, governments themselves began to negotiate, and it became a cash cow for people. There's the economic aspect of, whether it's Boko Haram, terrorism, or it's a business, an enterprise that has gone huge in this country. Now, you find a situation where you have said, you bring bandits, whatever name by which they are called, you to a meeting. They come in fully armed. You are not. So the question is, who's controlling who? And then we see pictures coming up. One of them is holding a wedding ceremony for his child, and then you see government personalities, top government personalities going there and taking photographs. What exactly are we talking about, Fumi and Rose? You get what I'm saying? So the governor of Niger State does not have to voice it out that you should defend yourself. You as a human being, you don't say you go defend yourself. You don't see road for ground. Do you understand? One of those defenses is that people will relocate to where they consider a Sena climb. Whether that exists in Nigeria now, I don't know. It's just that one is worse or one is better than the other. However, the flip side of what the governor has said, Nigerians can ask him, okay, you will not pay ransom. Supposing your own child or your family member is kidnapped, now so you go there look. You will pay that ransom on the ground.
For sure.
Okay? So the reason why people pay ransom, particularly individuals, is because they don't have another option. And, the pursuit of life is one of the highest things. But it's not even it's the highest thing, that a man is running after. You want to live. You want your loved one to live. So you are under pressure. You are being blackmailed. You are being held down by the gun. Of course, you are going to run helter-skelter to look for the money. So what are we saying in essence? Nigeria has failed its citizens as a country. Nigeria is the one killing his own people, or our own people, because the nation is a she. Nigeria is killing our own citizens. And every death should be at the doorstep of government, because the duty to protect the life and the property of every citizen is vested in government. Unfortunately, we have a nation of people who are afraid to die, including me.
True.
No, that's the honest truth.
Yes.
You say, because where we are now, the only solution to where we are now is whatever it takes. We want to do fire for fire. We want to face this thing. You understand? Maybe, it may not be us who would get the right to live, but maybe for the sake of the generation coming after us. Because that's where it is. That's where we are. That's where we are. It's something that is always so disheartening when you hear the comments, of government officials over, this security or insecurity situation, and the docility of the government, particularly at the national level, to respond accordingly. It's a shame. It is a shame.
I do agree.
Well, it's definitely a shame when you look at it from all angles. Yes, we agree that you're not supposed to negotiate with bandits and all of that, but as you say, you're not negotiating with bandits. Why are people now dancing and drinking and doing party together? Okay, because after you do all of these ones, they will still go back and do kidnapping again, and they will still collect money from citizens. Like, can we be serious?
And yesterday when we're speaking about the Nnamdi Kanu situation, I had mentioned this when I was asking about, why the lawyer, the brother, and other people were arrested for protesting. And one of the questions I had asked is how different. And I'm not, again, this is not me endorsing Nnamdi Kanu or anything that it stands for, but I'd asked a salient question that they say that Nnamdi Kanu, one of the charges is an act of terrorism and treason. And I had asked her, how different is this to the terrorists who are killing people up and down in Nigeria, yet you are rehabilitating them, saying that they are repentant terrorists? You know, it's almost like when it fits, we do it this way. When it doesn't fit, we do it this way. When it favors us, you know, it's like they go by one rule for themselves, but then for every other person, we are all, you know, with under one rule. And it's just so sad because, like somebody rightly said, if it was your child that was killed or kidnapped, this is not what is going to be happening. And this is why we hear when callers come in, they say, oh, why should the reason why the politicians are not feeling this thing more is because their children don't use our medical
nothing. They are not here.
They're not here. They don't go to the schools that have been established by the country. So they're not feeling the heat, because if your child is always coming every day to say, mommy, they've gone on strike, you as the president or you as the governor or a political leader or government leader, you will be forced to take action, because you're hearing these complaints from your children, from your wards every now and again. I mean, it was laughable. I don't know if it was even soon, but when we read the headline of Wale Edun, yes, who went abroad to get medical treatment. And it was Prince who called in and said, please, what happened to our facilities?
They are not Nigerian citizens. These children, they are children that you are talking about. They are not public. They are not Nigerian citizens. Look, a high percentage, you know, I don't want to play with figures, of politicians are in two categories. A number of them are citizens from other countries, and a number of them have visas ready.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt you. We have a call this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. She's Benedicta. I am not surprised that a governor will say that.
Sorry, what's your name?
They are not paying for ransom.
Hello, hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Benedicta.
Okay. Okay.
So I said I'm not surprised that a governor would say that. I am not surprised. Okay? You're not going to pay for ransom when they kidnap other people's children. But at the same time, you are not tackling the issue of Boko Haram. I mean, which side are you on? If it's your child, you're going to rise up. You're going to do everything. But if it's my child, you're telling me go and sort yourself out. You know what? Let them give us license guns. Let people will not take care of ourselves.
Thank you so much, Benedicta, for calling this morning. Good morning. Somebody you were saying, yes, please. What she said right now is they should give us me.
Because Nigeria will become an ocean of blood.
Because America
don't vex me like this. I wake up, I don't like your face. That is
we are not trained for it.
We are not, because even those that are trained, quote and unquote, for it, America, for instance, we are seeing it happen in real life. What is going on with people? Oh, you have a license, etc, etc. But here, where ordinary traffic, somebody is annoying you on the road. Like, why don't enter my lane? You enter my lane, which they do, boom, you brought it out, bush. That's it. So no. I get the sentiment behind it, but no, it's a no from me, please. Please go ahead.
You know, so I think we've rested the case on the issue of security and Niger State. Everybody, what I was saying, let me bring back my line of thought, is that they're not Nigerian citizens, first and foremost. A number of them carry the passport of other countries. I mean, you know that of the president, at least. At the point in time when he was contesting the elections, he came out to, it was known that I think he actually had citizenship in about 2 other, countries. Now, the ones who don't have a second, or even I will call those places their primary citizenship. That's the truth. Because some of these people on a personal note, Number two is that the ones who don't have the privilege of having the citizenship of another nation, okay, their passports are filled with visas. Any little hey, they are here. Their families, and from the time of Shagari, 1979, when we entered the Second Republic, I knew that because my dad, was a special assistant to the president. And at the time the second term election was going to be held in 1983, and the tension was so high, everybody was sending their families out of this country, remaining only the men. They sent their wives and children out of Nigeria, and they were the only ones remaining, and on their passports were visas, so that any little thing, they don't enter Cotonou, they don't waka. I remember my father was a more or less perfect man, doing the way he should be. He was like, hey, see me. I say, hey, when we say do as your others are doing, you'll be saying, this country, Nigeria, nationality. I say, you see your life, I would berate my dad and all of that. So if it was happening in 1979, that's how many years ago. You can imagine what is going on now, where with $150,000, which is chicken change to them, you can buy the citizenship of all these Caribbean nations. Some of the European nations also, because I have a cousin who bought the citizenship of what's this place now, very popular, one of the Caribbeans, St. Kitts. It was $150,000 for his whole family. They carry the passport now. They feel they were kind out. Why did they do it? He said, sis, I'm tired of all this going to queue for visa. I don't have time for it. He could afford it. And so with these politicians, look, they have a money chest in their wardrobes and all of that. So how much is that? They buy all of them, almost all of them have it. So how can you carry Nigeria at heart? When I think it was on this platform also that I spoke about the issue of alternatives. Yes. The reason why these things will not function, as long as they have that alternative, they're just using Nigeria to play poker.
All right, time is 8:03 this morning. You're still tuned into WFM 91.7. We are in the newspaper review segment of the Full Breakfast Show. We have our in-house analyst, Sumbo Oladipo, who started off, very, very zen, very chilled, and then now Nigeria has
Nigeria has happened to me.
Nigeria don't happen to us. So.
Thank goodness.
Oh boy. So let's just go. Let's take a message and then we can go to the next headline, which I really want us to touch. That is Women Radio. Where are you?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, hello, good morning, Evangelist.
Good morning.
Women, good morning, women. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
You have said it all. These people are Nigerian citizens. They are not. Almost all of them, when 99% of them are, you can talk all of them, and that's why they are behaving the way they are behaving. What are they doing with this bandit? I think they are this insecurity is political. There's something.
Oh no.
So what are we doing?
Evangelist Dixon, your network is a bit.
Have you ever had that one, maybe a governor's son or daughter was adopted by all these bandits? They can't do that. If they do it, they know where they are, they will kick them out. All these things. So maybe by the time we start declaring state of emergency, any state that bandits are disturbing, when we declare state of emergency, all of them will speak. Don't mean you can't see all these things, but any state it happens, the head of state the president is saying we know that we go for it. So this thing is all about politics. I'm telling you, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes when you live in Nigeria, in fact, we shouldn't allow what is going on to really affect us. But I believe we'll get there one day. Let's just keep on doing the right thing. But when we wake up and listen to news, we become tired. If I'm not tired, I believe we'll get there one day. What you are really saying, I believe in all you are taught. I don't need to do all you are saying, which I said is right. But one day, Then we die one day. That is it. Let them go to Caribbean, go everywhere. They will die one day. But where is Buhari today? Bible made it clear, appointed us now to have a judgment, and if you are going to face judgment. But let us look at them. Let us always keep on doing the right thing. So, I believe we get there one day. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much for calling. Yes, please, Rose, you can go ahead.
All right. So thank you very much, Evangelist Dixon, for calling. Let's head on to the next headline. Now I'm thinking between the two because both of them look really interesting. One is saying exodus of 127,000 nurses threatens Nigerian health care, expect ones. Okay, let's pick this call first. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I don't think we can hear anything from that call. Please do not. Okay, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. Good morning.
I go pay for credit this morning.
No vex, we
Good
know quick hear
morning.
you. Good morning, Mrs. Obodi. You're welcome.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Mrs. Obodi.
God. Show me you and Rose go share the money. Madam Sumba, good morning. Oh, good morning.
Good morning, my sister. How are you today?
I'm good too.
How is Nigeria treating you?
Mrs. Oboli's voice is already, can tell how Nigeria is. When she sounds like this, she's tired. When she sounds like this, she's tired.
Honestly, she does not want to ask that question at all. Nigeria is not treating anybody fine. No. Yet, they will tell us to just keep quiet and leave it for God. You see, sometimes I look at it that some of us are a weapon fashioned against ourselves. I understand the part of keeping quiet and leaving it for God, though. But you see, our docility is what the government of the day thrives on. Because we just keep quiet, we keep mute. Thank God for women who speak up, while some of the men keep quiet, and some of the men speak up. Don't let me start this morning. But Rose and Kumi, they understand where I'm coming from. Even Israel, no wait. Shebi na they say Israel are God people. Israel did not wait and fold their hands. They gave it to the people they gave it to them. Not that we are encouraging violence, but we're just saying when we speak truth to power, things will turn around for good. I told someone, let me start by saying, I told someone that we are moving to a one-party state. And the person said we are moving to a one-party monopoly. I bet people will hear English. Is there a difference between one-party state and one-party monopoly? Because as it stands now, if the PDP is saying that they've migrated to APC and they were the one in power before and they put us in this hulabaloo we have found ourselves. Anyway, if you are in PDP before, if you move to APC and you were
your sins are forgiven.
Exactly, ma. God bless all of us. God will help us. But me, I will not fold my hands and continue moping as if I don't have a stake in this country because we all have a stake in this country as citizens. So the Niger State governor is telling us all to defend ourselves because the government has failed in almost all its campaign promises. It has been unable to deliver. So my question this morning is that should government still continually collect security votes? And that is to Sumbo now. Should they continually collect security votes when it is obvious that they cannot protect their citizens in the face of insecurity? I remember Rose was saying it this morning that should they continue to collect tax? I think tax and security votes, because if you cannot deliver the dividends of democracy to me as a citizen, why are you taxing me, taxing my liver, taxing my kidney, taxing my intestine, taxing me blind? I think that is blue murder in daylight. You know also that by this singular statement that the governor has made, he has given a free-for-all signal for the proliferation of arms in all sectors. If only we've allowed the military through kinetic approach, well, this surge at the initial stage when banditry started, I think by now, this nation will be the best for it. But because of this politicization, this is where we have found ourselves. The government made this statement knowing fully well that it's the masses, the average Nigerian, that will be at the receiving end of this statement at the end of the day. Rose, Susan, Kumi,
A lady by the name Chitra, by her name Chitra. You see, this lady, she sent me a book from the UK. The title is The World Was in Our Hands. It's a harrowing experience shared by 47 eyewitness accounts of 47 people that have been close, survivors of this Boko Haram insurgency. I'll be previewing this book on a radio station in 2 weeks' time. So every time I read this book, I shed tears. Honestly, this Yoruba adage I want to make, somebody will help me interpret it in English language. Yes. Do you know that it is the people that are inside house of our Nigerian system here that are supporting these people? I used to think it was a mere fallacy or an hypothesis, but this book will open your eyes. This lady all the way from UK said, I just want you to read this book and come preview on the radio station. And I'm asking myself, this kind of privilege. The world was in our hands. If you read that book, you will cry as you turn and flip from page to page. This politicization of our persons, our loved ones being murdered, and the government of the day, and even the past one, trivializing it as if it does not matter. So how long shall we continually watch our loved ones slaughtered on a daily basis? This is an emergency. Every other topic, I know we need to handle there, but you see this particular one, because a life lost can never be regained. Good morning once again. I am bleeding inside of me. God bless you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I feel you, Mrs. Oboli, and I think every right thinking Nigeria is bleeding. There are times when I come across an item or a news item and I just withdraw. I just withdraw because I also need to defend my mental health. Nigeria is a trauma, a trauma ward. And Nigeria right now is a morgue, is a cemetery, is anything about death. Okay? I keep saying we have become morbid. We are numb. We don't feel anything at all. If you want to record the daily deaths in Nigeria, you would almost run away. From all corners, but from bandits, you have on your news item this morning now, the number of people that died in which states? Tanker overturn. And it just goes on. Somebody sang the song, another one bites the dust. That's it. And we continue as if nothing happened. In another country, if you have an incident where 5 people die, it's a national tragedy. The flag will be lowered and all of that. Investigations will come, reviews will come. In Nigeria, nobody cares. Nobody, it's business as usual. To live in a country like this, you must have some level of something must have been done to your inside. That's why now I don't fight anybody who wants to japa, because look, people have a duty to protect themselves, and their mental health, their emotions, and all of that. You've got only one life to live. Now, Rose says something. Is it Rose or Fumi? I don't know who said something now about the fact that they came for Israel. By the time they came for Israel, some 1,000 plus persons had died. We are on it, maybe it's 2 years running. Israel is traversing land and sea and air and everything. We are not going to back off. Everybody is talking about Netanyahu. They take them to the UN to say, what do they call that thing that he's doing? It's not. Israel is not listening. You may say that their response is a little overboard and high-handed, but that is the way to treat terrorists. So that you know that if you come out of this one, you don't come back. I'm super ready for you. America was hit by 9/11. Immediately that happened, the caption on CNN was America at war. What did America do? Do you know the number of nations that America invaded? Whether they were right or wrong, and that's some of the things we are seeing now is a fallout from that. They got Gaddafi, they got Obama, they didn't stop. Do you understand? And
Yeah.
they did what they did. How many people fell? 3,000 and a little number, a few number over 3,000. Nigeria has lost how many lives? What have we done? What are we doing?
Let's take some messages. I thought you were done. Please go ahead. So sorry.
That's the tragedy. That's the tragedy of a nation. Please, just let's move on.
Okay, we're going to take some messages. Just 2 messages. Beautiful morning to you, ladies in the studio. Senate to probe Jonathan over what? Can you see the type of people we have as leaders? Why can't the Senate probe late Buhari's government for giving us fake national carriers that belong to Ethiopia? Nnamdi Kanu is ready to defend himself by calling out 25 witnesses, which is very interesting. Defend yourself by a sitting governor is quite unfortunate. That means we are helpless upon all the pleas and romance romancing the government of the day. And romance the government of the day is offering the bandits. Still, Nigerians are being killed on daily basis. I thought in my entire life that after God is the government, but the case is otherwise in Nigeria. Oh God, arise and trouble those are troubling Nigerians. This is from Mayor Inikotunigwe. Thank you so much, Mayor. Lastly, we have Val Okachiko says, good morning. God bless the analyst this morning. She nailed it perfectly. Every death should be placed at the doorstep of government. These crop of leaders do not believe in the entity called Nigeria. They profit immensely from terrorism and are not willing to let go. So as long as we keep electing these crop of insincere and deceptive rulers into office, the nation would continue to go on a downward slide. Thank you so much for your messages this morning. Yes, Rose, you can go ahead.
All right, so our time is fast spent, 17 minutes after 8, but let's see how we can quickly squeeze in this story that I started off with. That's the exodus of 127,000 nurses threatens Nigerians' healthcare expert ones. So somebody's already said she's not even bothered anymore when she hears somebody wants to japa. And these are some of the issues. You don't take care of them, you don't give them what they need, you're not paying them, the appropriate wages, even after they finish working, to give them retirement benefits, no problem. Dangerous working conditions, poorly funded healthcare system. I mean, I think it was still here when we came on and we talked about how doctors do round the clock, and some of them were dying, some of them were fainting because of, the working conditions that they were under. And you want, when you sit down, you look at it, but every year you have doctors who are graduating. So what's happening to them?
In thousands.
You will now come and hear that, oh, this one, it don't go. A good number of them have left. Even if the country they are going to serve is not one, it's not a country that is probably well developed also. But as far as, the little things they are looking for is working well, they are off and they are gone. And immediately they get that opportunity, they are gone. So, I mean, this one now is nurses, and growing up, we knew that being a nurse was one profession that, we could see how proud they were to be nurses. I mean, when you see a nurse, even yourself, your body was respect. Our mothers and aunties that were nurses at that time who have retired now, they would tell you how, things were, but now it's no longer the same thing. It's no longer the same. So it's a lot with all of what is going on in our healthcare system. Is it strike we're talking about? Is it a dilapidated hospitals we're talking about? And the same thing, I think Fumi mentioned, and Sumbo also collaborated with that. You don't put the hospitals right. So therefore, if your child is sick, you will not take your child there. Instead, you fly the child abroad. Or you will bring the doctor to come and take care of your child. So your child or your wife or you yourself will not even visit the hospital that is in your state, or that is just by the corner around you. The federal government hospital, you will not go. All the federal hospitals, you will not go. Instead, you prefer to go out. So how do you want to take care of the one that is outside? And annoyingly, when you now go out there, it's Nigerian nurses and Nigerian doctors that will attend to you.
And now?
They're the ones that will attend to you.
The irony of life.
To keep them in-house.
Honestly, God forgive me. If not for, other issues that will come up, one would have said when they get to those hospitals outside of this country and Nigerian nurses and doctors are there, they should be pinching them with
with syringes. Come on.
You just carry that, you know, that kind of thing. But that's on a lighter note. Let me round off this, with a comment. Look, if not for visa restrictions, if the world were, all about free entry and free exit, there's no, visa requirements to come in, Nigeria would have been emptied. Okay? Nigeria would have been emptied. Everybody would have run away from this country and left them behind to rule over themselves. Sometimes in your imagination, there are some things you wish were. So that when everybody has gone, they will become the shaft that will now begin to rub themselves and, and do whatever they want by themselves. It's such a sad, Nigeria is a sad story. A sad story because it's a country that has so much potential. It's a country that began so well. It's a country that is so blessed that sometimes, excuse me, when you consider the resources that God has, bestowed upon this nation, you would look at God and say, this is unfair now.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Benedicta again. I'm calling. I'm sorry if am I allowed to speak again?
Oh yes. Are you a first-time caller? We didn't ask when you called earlier.
I called earlier, actually.
Yes, we heard you. Is it the first time you're calling into Women Radio?
Not the first time on Women Radio.
Okay.
This program.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling and for being here.
Thank you. Daily Parrot said something. He said, if you can still be sane in Nigeria at this time, you must be sane. You must really be a crazy person to still be here. Talking about your emotions, your mental health. Do you think we are still okay to be in this kind of system? It can't be okay. You said nothing are living. So you think it's enough? Teachers are living in groups.
Everybody is living.
It's so scary now to go to a hospital. You know why? It is Meta and Google that they are consulting before they do anything, before they give you anything. And we are saying people are dying. People go to hospitals to be cured, and they come back a dead body. We think it's not a joke anymore. And then I cannot even begin to tell someone, oh, don't go. It's unpatriotic. Say, you're in Nigeria. That are still saying we are eating our time. I think it's time to get out of this insanity so that we can be okay normally. I mean, we can live like normal human beings. So now we are not living like we are in my sister.
Yeah.
But they must live if they have to make ends. If they have to take care of their families, for example. Most of the time when I think of things like this, I think of myself. If I'm the one, I have children that are still babies coming up, teenagers coming up, and I want to stay here, and it's so hard to pay for the school fees, it's so hard to feed them, it's so hard to pay landlord, everything is leave. If you have to leave, please step out. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. You put that right, because I'm sure that you're echoing what most Nigerians are feeling. School fees, food, the list is endless. Rent. Please go ahead. In 1 minute, we're about to round off. Sumba, with your comment.
I don't think I'm not sure there's any Nigeria that is fully sane. In one way or the other, we have been touched. So, that's that. But to round up, the point I was making was, when you look at the things that God has blessed Nigeria with, you would almost accuse God of being partial. In this one country, we have all of it. But I don't understand why this is who we are. So what do we say? We'll continue to pray, and I will continue to say Nigeria will rise. Nigeria will conquer conquerors. And in my lifetime, in our lifetime, however, it will happen. We must keep the faith that we would see the Federal Republic of the new Nigeria. That's, and God bless Nigeria this morning, and God bless all the citizens that are still, struggling to keep alive.
Thank you so much, Sumba. I'm going to read this final one from Prince. Prince said he doesn't have credits. Is why he did not call. He says, I've been the one providing everything for my family, myself and my family, since I became a citizen of this country by birth. Fumi and Rose, I remember I told Miracle and Madam Sumba sometimes ago that I need idea on how to sue the government on all grounds to return my taxes paid and collected without my consent, as I haven't gained anything from them without my input. Nigerians, rise up and know what you want this time. We have seen their true colors. And if we miss it again in 2027, we are done for. It is well. With that being said, thank you so much, Sumba, for always coming on the show. We absolutely love to hear your insights and your thoughts on our beloved country, Nigeria. My name is Fumi Banga.
My name is Rose.
Fumi J.
My name is Rose. So do want to have a great day ahead. Some boy, enjoy the day and enjoy the weekend ahead.
I wish you the same, Rose and Fumi. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a wonderful day.
You too.